Listen, y'all, this is the Fly Newbie Money, and we are talking about Miss Sha'Carri Richardson. She had a little scuffle at an airport a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago, and it was some domestic violence, and was arrested. And so we're talking about trauma. Is can unhealed trauma actually ruin her career? Is she gonna be all right? Well, let's look at this next video that kind of deals with unhealed trauma and how that tends to show up. And then let's talk about it.
It's crazy to me how some black people still think that childhood trauma just disappears once you become an adult. I saw a post of Sha'Carri Richardson. She was apologizing to her boyfriend for their recent domestic dispute. And in the apology, she mentioned like her past trauma affects the way that she is in relationships right now. And people in the comments was like, we too old to be using our trauma as an excuse. And while I'm not saying that people should just be able to just throw their trauma in everybody's faces and be able to just treat people like shit, but to think that childhood trauma doesn't affect how adults are behaving is crazy, especially in the black community. It wasn't until recent years where we got rid of the stigma that comes with going to therapy and addressing our mental health. So remember back in the day when you would go through something traumatic and your family wouldn't get you any therapy or any type of help, and they would tell you not to speak about this anymore, this stays in the home, and then you would just walk through life and you started having issues in school and issues with people and trust issues and all types of stuff, but it wasn't being addressed. Those issues don't just go away once you become 25, 26 years old. In fact, that's really when the shit creeps up on you. You start to go inside yourself and think like, why am I behaving this way in relationships? Why do I drink the way that I do? Why am I doing drugs? Why do I have a sex addiction? You start thinking all of these things and then it clicks. Oh, wow, it's because of what happened in my childhood. I never addressed that trauma. I never had time to process that. We had to sweep that under the rug. I'm happy that we're more open with conversations about mental health, but I do think that we also do need to take into the account that this is new for us.